What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we have Sean's car back in here. He wanted to get it lowered and he wants to get a downpipe on. So you're gonna see a few videos on this car coming up soon. First is gonna be the HKS drop-in coilover. So it comes with this coilover sleeve and the spring for the front and the rear. This is the front. And these are an excellent option if you don't want to spend a large chunk of money on suspension. They give you a 25 to 45 millimeter drop in the front and a 0 to 50 millimeter drop in the rear. I'm going to show you some befores, some afters, and give you a quick run through on how to install these on your car. The great thing about this versus a whole set of full body coilovers is you get to keep your electronic dampening system. So you can go ahead and keep that factory style of ride to where it's comfortable while you're just cruising around. And if you want to get aggressive, you put it in sport mode, go and rip it in the corners or on the track. HKS has put a lot of R&D and time on the track with street driving on these springs, so you know that they're tried and true on their product. We're gonna go with how HKS sends them. We're not gonna adjust the ride height at all unless Sean wants to go lower. So what you see isn't as low as it goes once you see it on the car. So enough of what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get these on the car and get the car lowered. All right, let's do this. So to run you through this as fast as possible, you need to make sure that you unclip this, you pull this off. I already have done this. And then there's two clips. There's one here that you pry off and then there's one in the back. Then you can go ahead and take that off, set that aside. First thing you're gonna wanna do is zap this with an impact. It is a 18 millimeter. We're not gonna loosen it all the way, we're just gonna get it loose. I just make it so it's flush at the top like so. We're gonna loosen these. We're not gonna take it off yet. We're just gonna loosen them. And now there's two ways of doing this. You technically do not have to take these four out. You can actually just drop this out and the whole suspension will drop out. You can slide the whole suspension out the side and just pull the spring, but we're gonna take it all the way apart and show you how to do it the full way. Okay, so now we have those loose. Let's go down below. Now, little secret on how to do this. You don't have any issues once it's out of the car. We're gonna go ahead and jack this up by the ball joint. You wanna take your spring compressors, and doing it this way makes it so you don't have to mess with the spring compressors when it's off the car. So then you can go ahead and loosen this. We have a bunch of sensors in here. So we're gonna go ahead and you press this and pull it out. And then the same goes for the one back here. This one's a little bit of a pain. All right. And then pull it out of there and pull it out back here. Now that is out of the way. And this bolt right back here for the sway bar end link, we're gonna get off, which is a 16 millimeter. And then you can go ahead and slide your end link out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this. And take note of this bracket and how it goes back on. Take that off. Your bracket slides in this way. And we can take our bolts out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the upper bolts. These were the 13 millimeter. Just set those off to the side here. Now the suspension's gonna come down. And we're just gonna slowly bring it on down. Now that she's lowered down, we can actually zap the top bolt and apply a little bit of pressure and she will come all the way out. Remember how I said there was two ways? So this comes out. This would just stay up inside, and then you could, like this, pull the spring out and then put your spring on. And with the HKS, you have to remove this and this. So we're gonna go ahead and get this on out of here. This needs to come off. It is very fragile, so the likelihood of you cracking it is very likely. To be able to get this off, the easiest way without cracking it is actually use a pry bar or a flathead and then just tap it. I've already taken it off because it takes a while. If you do it carefully and take your time, it still may crack a little bit, just like that. This is not important anymore once you get it off. So for example, this is how I removed it. I set it down on the bench like so, and I put this up under, and I just tap, 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 and then I would rotate the strut around until it popped all the way off. Nothing to worry about. You don't need it anymore. You need to take this off as well. This is pretty easy. You just take a pry bar, just pry it up in a couple spots. Takes a little bit of time, but she pops off. And then once she's loose, just go ahead and tap her on off like so, and put our sleeve on like so. And this needs to be tapped in place, and tap it all the way around till she's all the way on. Once she's all the way on, we're gonna take this and pop her in place. And once that's in place, then we go ahead and assemble our spring. You got to make sure to put your little spring silencers, what they're calling them, in and on. Now we got our spring in place. We're going to go ahead and get our bump stop cut. You got to cut the bottom piece of this off. I'm going to cut away from you. And you can just use a razor blade. Just go around and eventually it'll cut all the way through. Slide the bump stop in. And then we're gonna slide our dust cap in and on, and it goes over that. Make sure that you line up the rubber up here with the proper spot on the spring, so you don't have any issues with binding or anything like that. And we'll go ahead and put our top hat on, and then we're gonna go ahead and zap that on. We don't have to go all the way, we'll do the rest of it on the car. And our last step before we put it in the car is we're gonna go ahead and put our little locking Allens in place. There's 3 of them. The reason why you do this once the spring is compressed, because that way this gets all the way in its proper position. So we're gonna go ahead and put all 3 of these on like so. Now she can go in the car. And go ahead and get these upper screws in. And we're gonna tighten these 13 millimeters up first. Go in an X fashion and blast the strut. Now up here is done. We can go ahead and put the plastic panel pieces back on. And our last little panel, make sure you clip all this back in. Now we're done with it. Now we're done with the top. Let's go on down below. Now we're gonna go ahead and add some tension and get our bolt back in. Make sure you put your little brake line holder in. And I'm just gonna get her zapped. Tighten her on up. I'm gonna go ahead and plug everything back in. And that goes in there. This one goes on here. This goes in this little connector, and then there's one in the back. It goes in the same way it came off. We need to put our end link in, and this is a 16. Go ahead and zap her on in, and the front is done. Now you notice right here, there's the spanner. It comes with 2 provided wrenches for these, so where you can lower it or raise it. Cool. We're gonna leave it just how HKS set it to us. I doubt Sean wants it really low, but this is gonna definitely change the wheel gap and make it look way better. Now this bolt right here is the one bolt that you have to remove on the driver's side, and that removes that arm so you can actually swing it downward. The rear, you don't have to actually remove the level sensor. Now let's move on to the back. Get this little wind tray off. And the things we're gonna focus on here are these two bolts. So this one's the shock bolt right here, and then this is I believe a T20, but we have a multi-point socket set that actually works really well, which are these. A 16, 18, 18, and this I think is 21. Yeah. Now you're gonna want a big breaker bar for this because these are very frustrating. You're gonna want to use an extension as well. You can actually remove this first. Now this one we're just gonna loosen. We're not gonna actually take this bolt out until the end. All right, she's all loose and I got the nut off. A couple plugs. We're gonna go ahead and unplug this one. And then we're gonna unclip it off of here. And then this just undoes from there. This one doesn't actually have to be completely taken off. So those are out of the way. Now we move on to this T14 up here. And there's 3 of these. There's 2 here and 1 here. So go ahead and get those off. And once 2 of them are cracked, you can go ahead and take them out by hand. And then we're gonna loosen this one. And we're gonna go ahead and remove that one. Now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and pull that lower bolt that we did. We can take our shock out. We can go ahead and take our spring out first. You gotta press down on that lower arm and carefully get the shock out. Now that we got it out, let's go over to the bench. Make sure you put your little spring silencers on. Do it right at the bottom coil here and the bottom coil here. These are the 2 spots where it can make noise. Take this cap off. We don't need this anymore, so we can toss this aside. We're gonna go ahead and remove this top nut. And it is a 16. And then we can go ahead and remove our dust cap and our bump stop off because we are provided these. So here's the HKS bump stop. Go ahead and put that on. Our dust cap, put that on and reassemble. And then put our cap back on. So there's a little pin here and there's a pin right there. So go ahead and make sure that matches up, and this will match when you put it back in the car. Then with the spring, all you have to do is put the sleeve inside where the flat spot is, and it'll say HKS rear in the proper manner when you're putting it back in the car. All right, back over to the car. You gotta put the shock in first, because there's not very much clearance. You slide the top in and then rotate the bottom in place. Now that the shock is in there, we can go ahead and put the spring in. Now on the bottom there is a little rubber piece that fits around this, and this sits in that little notch. Make sure you get that in there in the proper spot. Now that we got that in place, put our sleeve in. Like so. Get this guy back up in here. And we're gonna go ahead and put a bolt up in here so the shock will stay in place. We'll put the other 2 in. Now we gotta go underneath and tighten this all up. Now you wanna jack this up right by where the shock goes. Make sure the shock is in the right spot. And then we're gonna go up even higher. Alrighty, so both bolts are in. Go ahead and move the jack out of the way. And go ahead and get to tightening these up. I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Go ahead and tighten all these. Now, last but not least, go ahead and plug in all of your stuff and put them in their holders. We're gonna put our tray on with the 10mm, and we are done with the rear. Noises, just kind of trying to hit some little bumps, make sure everything is good, we don't have any clinks and clangs or anything like that. And then we work on a bumpy road, so I'm gonna make sure I go down that. Just got to make sure our customers' cars are good to go. Feels like stock, but just like a little tighter. It's super comfy. I have it on sport mode right now, just to get this super stiff. I'm gonna put it back into regular mode. Definitely feel a difference between sport and comfort mode. Back to sport. Oh yeah, the steering changes too. Alrighty. Alright, so I drove it around, made sure everything was good, make sure it handled properly. It handles really good. To me, you can feel a lot more difference between the comfort mode and the sport mode, just because the spring's more progressive. This is definitely something I would suggest if you want some adjustability and you really don't want to lose the factory options. You want to be able to eliminate that fender gap. You can get this thing pretty low with the HKS springs. So that's gonna end this video. We're gonna have a few more videos on this, so make sure to look up in the corner or at the end of this video, there should be links after they are uploaded. Otherwise, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified as new videos come out. Thank you very much. Stay safe and stay healthy. Peace.